What is up, people, and welcome back to Rags to Riches 3, the series where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2009 and work our way up through the ranks and through the teams and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2017. We're currently in the 5th round of the F1 2009 season, and if you have missed any of the first 4 episodes, go catch up with the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens. There will also be a link down in the description for you guys if you want to go catch up as well. But like I say, we're here for round 5 at the Spanish Grand Prix, and so far this season has been an interesting one. Great result of the Australian Grand Prix, getting a 4th place finish and getting 5 points to our name. Then it was 2 bad episodes at Malaysia and China. Struggled in Malaysia because of wet weather, and then struggled in China just with a few collisions with the AI drivers, which was my fault. And we finished in 14th place, I believe, in both of those races. And then we managed to get a great result of Bahrain, finishing, I think it was P6? Yeah, P6 at the end of the day, after starting all the way down in 20th position on the grid. Hopefully, this time around, we will be starting in a much more familiar position in today's race and get a good result from that. But let's have a look at the inbox going into today's episode, and we just have the one email to look at. Pitboard Mag race preview. Fight for first. BabyGunsGullis has driven well up to this point and will be hoping to clinch a victory at Catalonia. Of course, you know, I will be hoping to do that. First win of the season, which will be absolutely fantastic. With the Toro Rosso's driver's current level of performance, that is as likely a scenario as any. If we can get the strategy right in today's race, we certainly have a chance, as long as we are actually good around this circuit. If it's a difficult one, then I don't think it will, but there is a chance. Why do I do this to myself? That's 2 times this season where I've misjudged the timing to go out right to the end for the one-shot qualifying. I think from now on, what we're going to do is we're not going to advance time, and we're going to have to set our lap time at the start of the sessions, because that's twice. That's too many times, unfortunately. Unlike the other time, where we did it at Australia, we started in 10th position. This time around, we're starting right to the back of the field in P20, because I was an absolute frigging idiot and missed the advance time and missed the qualifying session. I mean, I went out with about 1 minute 50 left. I thought maybe, just maybe, that'll be enough time. Unfortunately, it definitely wasn't. And yeah, we're out the session, P20. Oh, this is going to be a difficult one. This is going to be difficult. I have got no practice of this circuit. I don't know what I'm doing. So this is going to be a difficult one here today. But Bourdais starts in P16, PK 17th, Sito is 18th, and Nakajima is 19th, with myself right at the back of the field. What can we do from 20th position? Can it be like the Bahrain Grand Prix, where we go from 20th to the points? Let's find out. It's race day here at the Spanish Grand Prix as we start well down the field in P20. But cast your minds back to the Bahrain Grand Prix. We actually managed to get a 6th place finish from P20 as we go to 5. Red light for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Off to an okay start. Looks like that 4-cylinder ahead of us. Not a good start from him. Nakajima, not a good start from him either. We're going down towards turn 1. We're going to let these guys go ahead of us. Going to take it nice and cautiously down into turn 1. Of course, don't want to cause any sort of collisions down in towards turn 1 and turn 2. Up the inside of those guys, now around the outside through turn 2. Great overtakes now in towards turn 3 on the curves and right behind Heikki Kovalainen on the back of possibly getting into the points here today. Having a little look up the inside in towards turn 4 possibly. Kimi Räikkönen goes into the back of that Renault there. That sort of put me off guard just a little bit, but up the inside of Räikkönen maybe, which we do. There we go. Nice move on Kimi Räikkönen to move up into the top 10. But that's not quite the point. So we need to push on a little bit more if we want to score any points here today. Right on the back of Fernando Alonso. What can we do on the Renault driver? Possibly try up the inside. Nah, no point. No point trying up the inside into that corner. Just going to hold off for now and see whether we can get him later on in the lap. So we'll see what we can do down into this hairpin. Going to take it nice and cautiously. Cutting the corner a little bit through there. But luckily not going into the back of anybody, which of course could have been the other option. Round the outside maybe of this corner on Alonso. Not quite able to do that. Possibly diving up the inside through here though. Going to take this cautiously. Up the inside of Alonso. Now the outside this next corner. There we go. Job done on Alonso. Moving up into P9. Massa! What on earth are you doing? What on earth was Felipe Massa there? Wasn't even looking at where he was, but he just slammed his brakes in towards that corner, completely brake checked me, and now has damaged my front wing. Massa, What on earth are you doing, you absolute idiot? Absolute bloody idiot. Right, let's get on with our own race, though. Try and catch up to Nico Rosberg and get some more points. But what an incredible start. P20 all the way up into P8 by the first lap. Incredible. After having very little practice around this circuit because I missed out on qualifying, I'm actually not too bad at Spain. I'm actually pretty decent. I mean, look at that, 123.1. I think that would have got me into Q3 at the end of the day if I managed to set those lap times consistently in the qualifying session. But so far, it's looking very, very good here at Spain. Right on the back of Nico Rosberg now. I'm going to see whether I can move up into P7. Here we go, looking on the right-hand side, down in towards turn 3 now. Up the inside of Rosberg, job done. Job done on Nico Rosberg now, looking to see what we can do on Rubens Barrichello down in towards turn 5. I'm on his right-hand side. I'm going to have to go around the outside Barrichello. Didn't see me there, as I'm going to try around the outside turn 5 on the curves now. What a move. What a move that was, round the outside of Rubens Barrichello. Job done. Up into P6 and now hunting down Lewis Hamilton for P5. What a move. What an incredible move that was. And now maybe going to get a move on Lewis Hamilton now down in towards this hairpin on the left-hand side. Under braking. Side by side between myself up the inside of the Red Bull driver as well. Trying not to make contact. Very surprised we didn't actually make any contact through that corner. But job done Lewis Hamilton up into P5. Now right to the back of Sebastian Vettel. Now the AI like to go very, very slow through this next section of corners. So I'm going to have to take this cautiously. Can I get past Sebastian Vettel though? Up the inside. Yes. Dives up the inside. And there's some drivers making mistakes down in towards the penultimate corner. Very, very clever of me not to dive it up the inside there, as that would have resulted in a crash. But now right on the back of Mark Webb. I'm going to use all my curves. I'm going to try and go for a triple overtake. Here we go. And I've got it. I've got the job done. I'm up into the lead. I'm up into the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. How on earth have I done that? Using my curves down the start, finish straight, overtaking Jarno Trulli, Jenson Button, and Mark Webber all in one straight. And there we go. Starting P20 at the start of the race, and by lap 4, we're already up into the lead. This could be the race win that we have wanted from the start of this season. But can we hold on to it? Need to make sure we don't make any mistakes like I just did there. No more mistakes. Luckily, the guys are a little bit too far away from me to capitalise on that. But we just need to make sure nothing like that continues to happen. Here we go then. Lap 7 of this Spanish Grand Prix. And so far, we've been pretty much untouchable in this race. Done absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, maybe put a little bit of a foot wrong there while I'm talking, and I've completely jinxed myself. But nevertheless, been pretty decent so far through this race. Just to keep it out of the barrier. Hayden, come on. Let's not make any silly mistakes now. Into the pits we come for our first pit stop in today's race, and it needs to be a good one. We need a good pit stop here today. Of course, we're going to have a few guys overtaking us now. Those guys doing the one-stop strategy, this is their chance. This is going to be their chance to get ahead of me. The likes of Jenson Button, Rubens Barrichello, I think they could be going for the one-stop strategy. Alonso looks like he's doing that as well, and so is Nick Heidfeld. But we've got our tyres on, we're refueled, and for some reason we're still waiting. For some reason we're still waiting to 12 seconds. Why? Why did we need to wait that long? Anyway, it just means that we're going to have a little bit of fun in today's race, and now try and make a few overtakes. We go down in towards turn 1, get on the brakes, down into turn 1, and there we go, out in P10. So, got a little bit of work left to do to try and get back up into the lead of the race. But I reckon I can do that. I reckon I can do that. Okay, I think we've got a few guys into the pits once again. Yes, we do. 2 guys coming in now. Also, Sebastian Bourdais a little bit further up the road. Whereabouts is this going to put me? Jenson Button also into the pits at the moment, as we're going to go on the overtake of PK down towards turn 1 up the inside. And there we go, job done on Nelson Piquet up into P4 now. Fisichella looks like he's going to be doing the one-stop strategy. Currently out in 3rd position. And we've got a couple of guys ahead of him as well. I think that is Rubens Barrichello. And I'm not too sure who the other one is. Oh, Fisichella very, very slow there, as it looks like he's coming into the pits now. Fisichella into the pits. So is Nick Heidfeld, who is also on the one-stop strategy. And I think this is going to be Rubens Barrichello as well, who is currently in 2nd place. Yes, there we go. So we're getting past Rubens Barrichello now. And that may not be the last that we see of those guys. We've still got to yet to make one more pit stop in this race. So that could put us out behind them. If that is the case, it just means that we're going to have to get the overtakes done. I think it is definitely going to happen, as we've got to make a pit stop on this lap. Jarno Trulli, I think he has made a pit stop, and so has Lewis Hamilton. I believe those guys are on a similar strategy as myself, but they made a pit stop a little bit earlier. Maybe on like lap 6 or something like that. Okay, coming into the pits on this lap here today. So coming around the final corner now into the pit lane. As we're running out of fuel, my engineer says. So good thing we're coming into the pit stop on this lap. And there we go, into the pit. So we will definitely be overtaken now. But it just means we're going to have, like I said earlier, we're going to have some fun. Going to make a few overtakes and hopefully get back up into the lead of the race. I mean, that is the plan. But it all depends on what the other drivers do and whether they are quick enough. Where is Rubens Barrichello? Will he overtake us? Yes, he does. So there we go, dropping down now into third place. Getting refueled now. Yep, there we go. Fuel's out and we should be underway in a second. There's a driver driving past us, which is the Williams of Nico Rosberg. 14-second stop there. Not a good pit stop from the Toro Rosso crew. And we've come out down in P11. Behind Fisichella, behind Sutil, behind Kubica as well. So we need to push like hell and try and get back up into the race lead because we want this race win. We're not going to let this slip. We need to push and we need to get that race win back. 5 laps to do it. Robert Kubica's gone a little bit too deep there into the hairpin. That's giving me a chance to have a little look on him at the moment through this right-hander. What can we do on Robert Kubica now? These guys are going to be slow. Very, very slow through these next couple of corners. So I'm going to take it cautiously. There's no point. I'm not close enough to dive it anywhere on circuit. Need to be very cautious through this next corner. Is he going to come into the pits? No, he's not. We're going to go around the outside now of the final. Kubica, get off me. Get off me, sir. I'm trying to go around the outside of you. Right, here we go. Fisichella, he is up next. Going to use a whole lot of curves to go for the overtake on Fisichella. Here we go. Following in the slipstream. Move over to the right-hand side. Under braking down towards turn 1. And there we go. Job done on Fisichella. Moving up into P6. Adrian Sutil is up next. And that will be the top 5. Right, here we go. Right to the back of Adrian Sutil, who runs it a little bit too wide through that corner. That's going to give me an opportunity to go up the inside. Got a tyre on the grass there as it went up the inside of Adrian Sutil. But I got the job done, and I've moved up into P5. Right, Nick Heidfeld, he is up next. He was, of course, on the podium in terms of the guys who were running on that one-stop strategy. So hopefully I can get past him very, very quickly. Not too sure whereabouts Rubens Barrichello is, but I need to close up on him as well. Definitely closing in on Nick Heidfeld now. So here we go. In towards the next couple of corners. Running a little bit too deep through there. Bit too quick for my own liking. But here we go. Down in towards this next corner. Into the hairpin. Under braking. Heidfeld runs a little bit wide. That's going to give me the opportunity to maybe have a look through the next couple of corners. Went on the brakes though. Didn't dare to go up the inside through that next corner. Just because there wasn't any point. Once again, I may take it very, very cautiously through the next couple of corners because Heidfeld's going to be slow. But here we go. Going to dive up the inside now. Up the inside of Nick Heidfeld. Sort of squeezed him out a little bit through there. But wasn't overly aggressive. We get the job done. And now we're right on the back of Fernando Alonso. Nobody else coming into the pits just yet. We've only got 3 laps left to go. So this could be very, very tight if I want to get a race win here today. Don't think that will happen. But I can certainly make it onto the podium. Here we go now on the back of Fernando Alonso in today's race. Up the inside, maybe going to switch it over up the inside now on Fernando Alonso down in towards the chicane. And there we go. Job done on Alonso up onto the podium. Rubens Barrichello not actually leading today's race. So somehow Rubens Barrichello isn't leading the race. And look at the gap. 11 seconds. There is no way that I'm catching up 11 seconds in today's race with only 2 laps left to go. I mean, I'll try, but I don't think it's going to happen. Who is leading the race then? If Rubens Barrichello is in second, who on earth is leading the race? Is it Jarno Trulli Hamilton? Or is it Jenson Button? Or is it, you know, somebody completely different? It could be someone entirely different. But hopefully, Rubens Barrichello runs into traffic with this guy. They hold each other up and I can swoop in for the lead of the race. But I feel like that's not going to happen. Barely even caught up a second through halfway of the lap. But the time that we do make up is usually in the final sector. So we'll have to see at the end of this lap exactly what the time that we have caught up. Into the right, back on the power, use all the track available to us through the left, then the right once more. Look at that, so much quicker than the AI through that corner. And whereabouts will that put us in terms of those guys? Down across the line now, setting a 1:22.5. 2 seconds, only catching up 2 seconds to those guys. So it looks like third place is the best that we can do as we head into this final lap of the race. 1 sector left to go of this Spanish Grand Prix. As we come into it now, Rubens Barrichello is going to take home second. I don't even know who has won today's race. It could be Hamilton, it could be Jarno Trulli, it could be Jenson Button. or like I said, it could be someone entirely different who has pulled it out of nowhere in today's race. So that one-stop strategy is just so OP that you just don't know who has won the race. But anyway, we're going to come down to cross the line for my first podium in Rags to Riches 3. What an incredible result that is here today. It's not quite the race win that I wanted. That went to Jenson Button, and Rubens Barrichello takes home P2. Unfortunately, like I say, it's not the race win I wanted, but still a podium position, P3. I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Disappointed not to get the race win. Yes, I felt like that was in the bag, and if I pitted one lap later, which I could have done, I could have done the one-stop strategy, and I could have possibly beaten both of those guys. But unfortunately, today just wasn't the day. Fernando Alonso, he finishes in P4 with Nick Heidfeld in 5th, Adrian Sittel 6th, and Fisichella in 7th, with Robert Kubica getting the final championship point here today. Piquet and Trulli round out the top 10, with Bourdais in 11th, Hamilton, Rosberg, Heikki Kovalainen, Raikkonen, Massa, Vettel and Webber all having really, really disappointing races here today, with Sebastian Vettel not even making it into top 18. I think he's finished down in 19th position, if I'm right. He didn't finish anywhere else, did he? No, he's down in 19th place. So not a good day there for the Red Bull drivers, and that's really going to help us in the championship, which we will have a look at now. So that third position in the championship, no, we just got to wait for full classification. So Sebastian Vettel there does finish in 19th place, but there we go, finishing in 6th position at the moment in the championship. So very, very happy with that, jumping up from P10, and we're currently on 14 points in the championship, 6 points away from the target that the team gave us at the start of the season, which is very, very interesting. Jenson Button is at the moment leading the championship ahead of Mark Webber, Rubens Barrichello in 2nd, Nico Rosberg currently in 4th. Sorry, Barrichello's in 3rd with Webber in 2nd. I'm in 6th, obviously, P4 with 14 points. Really struggling to get out my words at the moment. Very, very happy with that 3rd position, as you can hear. And Braun GP currently leading the Constructors' Championship. We have moved up into P4 ahead of McLaren, ahead of Williams, and ahead of Toyota. But we're only 2 points ahead of 2 of those teams, and only 4 points ahead of Toyota as well. So those guys could easily catch us up over the rest of the season. There is still a long way left to go. We're only in round 5 of this 19 season, I think it's 19 season championship. So like I say, still a long way left to go. So the race review after the Spanish Grand Prix. Toro Rosso driver Hayden Gullis drove an exceptional race and earned a place on the podium at the Spanish Grand Prix. A jubilant Gullis swept past the checker flag, punching the air with joy. I certainly did. Very, very happy with the race result here today. Disappointed, yes, not to get a race victory. I felt like it was in the bag. I was so quick on the first stint. I don't know what happened in the second stint and the third stint, but just felt a little bit slower on those ones compared to the other drivers. It looked like the AI certainly picked it up as the race went on, but unfortunately it wasn't quite the race win, but it was still a podium here today, so there definitely is progress. But that is it for the Spanish Grand Prix, and that is it for round 5 of Rags to Riches 3. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so for more Rags to Riches content, F1 2017 career mode, and also a whole load of other F1 content as well. And as always, if you guys want to leave a comment down below, you definitely can do that. If you want to let me know what you guys thought of today's race. Do you feel like I should have got the race win here today? Or do you feel like I should maybe start to do some one-stop strategies? Risk it a little bit and see whether we can make them last or not. But I will see you guys next time for the big one. The Monaco Grand Prix, which is probably going to be an absolute disaster, where I'm probably going to be crashing all the time. But we're just going to have to wait and see for that. When you join me next time for the 6th round of Rags to Riches 3. But until then, it's goodbye from me.